Hey everybody, it's the NFT Circus with a very special daytime show with Juan from Neftyblocks to talk about some really cool stuff happening over at Neftyblocks. And TC's here with me, and hopefully Crackers will pop in here and we'll get him going. But first of all, guys, if you haven't heard the news, Neftyblocks is keeps on coming, man. They keep on coming with breaking the mold, man. So they have added Proton blockchain to their drops, and they become now a marketplace as well, right? Are you doing a marketplace as well over there, one?
Yes, we have right now marketplace and drops on Proton. That's the first step.
That's huge. Okay, so I heard you a couple weeks ago, I think on the Uplifters show, talking about this, and I had never heard of Proton. And Juan, you don't know how much research I did. We all, a whole group of us, set up our collections, got the wallets. We're figuring out how this all works, and it's a really cool blockchain. I totally understand why you're adding this. This is really, there's a lot of convenient things to it. I like the wallets. I know that you can use Anchor, right? But yes. I also like the web off mobile wallet is great.
It's amazing.
And so it's a little different for people that are used to doing everything through the browser. It's a little different with the mobile app. You're kind of sending things back and forth, a signal, I guess, an API call, I guess, to this web app that's on a mobile thing, which kind of gives an extra layer of security, which I really like, which is another thing. So, so tell me how you found Proton. How did you guys even come on to this kind of decision?
Well, to be honest, it's because someone from the Proton community, I think it's the guy from Pixel Heroes, approached us a few, it's almost months now ago, and he said, guys, we really need tools like everything you have on Wax on Proton, and you should check Proton out. And and we checked it out, and we really loved it. I think it's a chain with a lot of potential. Even if right now the community is still very small,
yes,
I think it has a lot of potential. Having this wallet that it's so easy to get started with makes it very convenient. And the fact that you can transfer money from your bank account directly to your wallet.
Yes. Yeah.
And you have bridges to Ethereum, to BSC, to many chains.
Yep.
It's amazing. I think it has a lot of potential.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I was looking at the Metal app. So there's also an app with the Proton that is called Metal, and it's on iOS for sure. I'm not sure. Is it on Android as well?
I think it is on Android as well.
I think as well. And so what it is, it's kind of like Venmo is the best way to describe it. Think of like Venmo, like where you could send each other money, very easily transfer, but it has a crypto side of it. And Proton is on this, and you're able to buy the XPR, also the XUDSC, and transfer it immediately into your wallet. It's so seamless and fast. I can see the onboarding much easier that way than what we currently have in motion with other stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and I think it's only another option for both for collectors and for creators, and it's good to be in more than one chain. I think.
I agree.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah, don't you think, TC? Totally. I mean, you talk about that a lot too, man.
Absolutely, expand to as many networks as you could possibly get into. Yeah, just keep going. Just keep doing. You're doing everything right, Neftyblocks. Totally.
Well, if you're whitelisted on Neftyblocks already, do you have to get whitelisted for Proton or?
Okay, right now we for Proton we are using the KYC from the Proton wallet. So if a creator is KYC'd on Proton, we allow him to start using the Neftyblocks tools directly. Nice. We have to come with a better with a better approach, but we want to gain some traction before setting that up in a different way.
Yeah, definitely. And also with the Proton network, the way you have it set up here is really good as well, because you can actually check out your tokens. So you even have like all your tokens. These are the tokens that you can use. Now, are all of these? Am I able to use every one of these on Neftyblocks or only certain ones?
All the tokens. I think all the tokens that are available on Proton, or at least the major tokens, you will be able to use them for your drops. Yeah.
Amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm going to actually, while we're talking, I'm going to mint something here and kind of go through the whole thing. So first of all, the collections have numbers. I noticed that. So why is that?
Yeah, that's because of how Proton Mint works. But I guess that this collection, you created it before we released Neftyblocks. If you create a collection on Neftyblocks, it will not use the numbers; it will use the names.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes, but we built it in such a way that we can use the existing collections. We show the number, and we also, well, here we'll only show the number. But if you go to the marketplace, you will also
see see like right here it says the actual name of the collection. Okay, cool.
And to be honest, I don't understand why they did it with numbers on a Proton at first. I think it's not that user friendly.
I agree. Yeah, I didn't understand that either, but I'm glad that, you at least see the MORBS, the actual name of the collection, when it pops up. So.
Yes. So that was a little bit challenging because also especially for the search, we had to convert the strings and check with what was the matching number there. So but in the end, I think it's okay. But we really want to move forward with names and not with numbers.
I think that's smart. Yeah, that's really good. And so the only thing you guys are doing right now are drops. So when they do get into the collection, they're going to have to get the RAM for the drops, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Proton resources work in a very similar way to WAX. So
do you have to stake Proton in order to buy, or
yes, you have to stake XPR for the for the resources. Yes.
Gotcha. Okay, and now also
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead, Craig.
Sorry, it's to do with XRP SEC. Does that not affect Proton at all? The whole investigation into it. Sorry to be a downer on all this. But because it's based off XRP.
Oh, is it?
SEC investigation into XRP.
No, because it's not XRP, it's XPR.
XPR, different.
XPR, sorry.
Yeah,
Wrong day. I apologize.
No problem. It's a different token. It's a XPR. It's completely different from XRP.
Yeah, it's confusing too because I did that in the very beginning. Because when I first saw XPR, I was like, "Wait a second, is this Ripple?" And then it was like, "Oh no, it's not. No, it's not. It's totally not." But it's amazing how you guys are kind of like doing this kind of stuff. So it's very similar, guys. As you see, I'm kind of setting this up as I'm going. It's exactly like setting up a drop on Wax. There's nothing really that different to it.
The idea is that if you have used Neftyblocks on Wax, you can use it on Proton in basically the same way. There will be very tiny differences, but in general, it should be exactly the same.
Which is great.
How many artists are using at the moment on Neftyblocks?
On Proton?
Yeah. How many artists do you have already selling at the moment?
I think very little. To be honest, I don't know what's the exact number right now, but it's it has to be half a dozen, 12, something like that. It's not a lot yet.
Right.
I think that Proton is still very very young and has a lot of potential. But right now, it's not the crowded place like Wax with tons of users.
Sure. But I think it's nice. Go ahead, Cracker.
No, go ahead. The only question I was going to ask is: Are we now looking at a quicker, more efficient, basically a Wax where there's no games or going to be rug pulls, or are we still kind of in that element where it's such a young age? But then if you're saying you have to do KYC, I kind of think that will probably stop a lot of people going onto it if they're going to do a rug pull because, they have my proper details. I can't really do anything here. I can get screwed over this time. So
yeah, I don't know. I wish it was like that, but in even on Wax, when we started with our KYC process, we even had a case where when you do the KYC, you go to the camera, and we even had a case where we saw in the camera the guy who was forcing a girl,
someone else,
to
oh my God,
and it
really?
a rug pull.
Oh my God!
They went through the KYC, so it's
it's hard. It's hard. I mean, if there's a bad player, there's bad players out there, and there's nothing we can do. They're going to.
I mean, it's the fact that it's KYC enabled that it's going to probably deter a lot of a lot of, let's say, the bad elements that we have that certain projects seem to get away with promoting. Yeah, I'm not saying I'm not going to blame any particular people or anything like that. It's just nice to see that you're actually expanding yourselves, be it away from wax. But I mean, it's still great to see us grow.
Yeah, and the idea is not that we are going away from wax. It's
no, you're growing your project. It's brilliant.
Yes, exactly. That's the idea. And something I like a lot about being on Proton is that it's like a green field. So we have more freedom to create and to start adding. That's also one of the reasons why we didn't immediately added all the functionality. For example, the blends, we wanted to make some modifications before we publish them on Proton. And I think with a smaller audience, it's easier to test and make sure that everything is okay. And then we can port these improvements back to Wax. And the same where auctions, we will be releasing auctions on Proton very soon. And also there, we think it's easier to test there than on Wax, and then we will port the improvements back and so on.
Yeah, smart idea.
Right, I have one question for you. People keep asking, what is a Dutch auction? You have to know from yourself. Okay. What is a Dutch auction? Come on, while you're here, let's get that story. What is it?
Okay.
Doesn't that mean it goes backwards instead of going up? It goes down.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly the concept. The Dutch auction is an auction where you set the starting price and an interval for the price to start going down. So the price will go down, down, down until someone says, "Okay, this is this cannot be. This is too cheap. I have to buy it before somebody else gets it instead of me."
It's actually the best auction to have.
Yeah, it's really cool that you guys just released this how many weeks ago, Juan?
Ooh, I don't know. It's maybe a couple of weeks ago, and we are still doing some improvements there and fixes because now that it's out, we realize that there are some tiny things that are not working as expected, and we are fixing that. But we have released many fixes related to auctions in the last couple of days.
Now, it doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be an own collection. It could just be anybody's NFT that you bought and you just want to put it up for auction.
Yes. You can put for auction any NFT that you own.
Oh, perfect.
That's amazing.
Everyone look out. TC's going to have multiple auctions going on soon.
Exactly.
I do have lots of number ones.
TC, I'm not even arguing with you. I well fucking believe you, right? I well believe you.
What's that?
I well believe that you've a lot of number ones.
Yeah, quite a few.
No, I'm pretty sure TC has a ton. I don't even know what kind of stuff TC has in there, man. I mean, I
don't even know myself.
I mean, because you've been collecting the good stuff for a long time, man. So I'm sure you have some classics in there that we could probably auction off. Man.
TC was on Wax before Wax existed.
It's hilarious. Just real quick, let me just toss this in, real guys. So I'm now at the drop part. So it's super easy to make the schema, guys. I was showing you on the app. It will like send a message to your phone. You click it through. Now you got to the drop. Now I'm making the drop just like you would on Wax. Put in the name, all that kind of stuff. I'm using the XUSDC. Now explain this if you could, Juan, because this is a stable coin, and I know that stable coins have a bad rep right now, but I like
only one of those.
So tell us about this.
Yeah, so this basically, it's just as you said, it's a stable coin, and you can transfer these from many blockchains to Proton, and this is amazing. For example, if you go to Binance and you buy USDC, you can directly send it to your Proton wallet and start using it to buy, and go out also back to anywhere. Any token that is wrapped on Proton will have the prefix X. So, for example, there is XETH, XUSDC, XUSDT. There are many tokens. I don't know how many, but you have a lot of those, and that's amazing. All the X tokens can be bridged to other blockchains.
That's great. So it looks like what we have, you can list either for free XPR or XUSDC at the moment, correct? And then are you going to be adding more tokens to that?
Yes, we should be able to add all of the tokens there. I think that if we haven't added all of them, it's because of oracles and
Gotcha.
things that we are still trying to
Sure.
figure out how to manage on Proton. But yeah, they will. We will keep on adding tokens there.
Gotcha.
You
Yeah.
think
So this is what it does, guys. So
you
sorry,
think
go
there'll
ahead.
ever be a swap for wax to, I don't know, XRP?
Okay,
or
so as you see,
XTR?
That would be very interesting to have. What we will have at some point is a bridge that allows us to move Nefty from wax to Proton.
Oh my God.
dude, if you give me an XPR to XRP swap, I'm going to make so many mistakes. I'll be swapping the wrong things constantly. I don't know about that one.
Yes.
There's just too many X's in here, by the way, lads. That's all I'm saying. There's too many X's on here today. I'm confused.
So real quick, guys. So now this is how you sign. So it'll give you the signing notice, and then on your phone is where you get the authorization, and then you just authorize it here, and then it'll do like a face ID thing, and then boom, sign, and there you go. So now I got to drop. So there it is. That's how simple it is, guys, to get going on
really
this.
Good.
So after you set up your wallets, and like you said, you can buy this XUDC anywhere, and then get it into the wallet and swap right in the wallet. You can swap. It's kind of like how the Taco app is a little bit, TC. That's the best way to describe it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it's very similar. So that's what I would definitely tell people to go check it out. Easy to do. And there you go. And you got the drop page just like we had before. Now, are we going to have the ability to put a collection page up? Question.
Yes, you already have a collection page. What happens is that collection pages here are a new version of collection pages that we have. So if you if you go to all the collections and click on one of the collections, or maybe just search for your collection.
Okay. Let's see. Search for collections.
I think
I wonder if it will bring up MORBS. Yeah, it
yes.
does. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Why did it come? Keep going. Keep talking.
Why
did it go away?
No, I think it's because of the spaces.
Is there
sure more?
Oh,
maybe you know what it is? There it is. That's why. I forget it's because the original MORBS is with periods in between. Anyway, okay. So this right here. So
here you have a different collection page, and you can customize it, and you can upload a nice image and so on. So, but it's a different design. It's completely different from what we have on Wax.
Gotcha.
And once we have this, the way we want it, we will port it back to Wax so that collections can have this same style of collection page.
Love it.
That's a smart move to have it on both exactly the same.
Definitely.
So when you move from one to another,
it's
just easy. You don't have to learn anything new.
Yeah, it's
brilliant.
This is great. Yeah, this is great. Yeah. So I popped the link to that drop, guys. If you just want to see how it looks, you can go check it out if someone wants to get it. And I'm going with Juan's suggestion. Let's go back to NFTs instead of the FTs. I heard that the other day too.
Yeah,
I was like, you know what? He makes a very good point. Because we are kind of doing FTs. I'm like, I never thought of it that way. That's hilarious. So
yeah, that's crazy.
And
when I realized that, I was so frustrated because I said I've been doing FTs for the last year. During the last year, I've been doing FTs and not NFTs. Come on, these are basically the same.
Exactly. So I think on my Proton thing, I'm just going to go only NFT on Proton. One of ones only. They're unique. They're all going to be unique. So that's great. Yeah. So you're going to be able to change all your primary colors here, guys, and kind of play around with this. I'll go back here later on and fix this all up. But this is great. Just like in the Wax side of this, kind of the same thing. You have a lot of control here. Really cool. And it gives a really nice, I love that you guys always give the option for the collection to have basically a web page just here. They don't really need anything else. They could just use your space to do this, which is great too.
Yeah, and the idea with this one is that it should be more user-friendly. We are trying to introduce some improvements because then now you go to the collection page, to this new collection page, and you have access to the drops. You can easily go to the secondary market for your collection, but it will really take you to the general secondary market, but with a nice option to go back to the collection that you were checking.
Right there.
So, for example, here, if you go to market, you have the secondary market filtered for your collection, but if you want to go back to the collection, you only scroll up, and on top of the page, you have a link to the MORBS collection again on the right
yeah,
side.
they're right there. That's very simple.
Yeah.
Well
And
done,
then
UI. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really well
So
thought out. Yeah.
Yeah. The idea here is that you still have the power to brand everything, but less confusion. Only one marketplace for everything, and not a marketplace on the collection page and a marketplace.
You're gonna have to add a button onto your stuff. A button that if the NFT that you're buying has utility, you can click a button. Ooh. It sends it to you, and you make a shirt and mail it to the person for X amount of dollars.
Yep.
You know, that's something that we have already developed, and I'm so frustrated because the problem is that we have a partner for the shop, and to create all of the t-shirts and hoodies and caps and whatever.
Right.
But we paid them and they never delivered.
Oh,
and
that's
now I'm like,
but you're gonna
you know what?
You should do collabs with guys like Nefty. I think you already have a store, right? You already have a connection to do that.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know, Juan, I'll DM you the connection you want for that. They're a POD company that works worldwide, and they're
awesome,
great, and they have great pricing. So I think that would be a good thing to offer for collection.
Yeah, because we already have everything, and we have a page where you can say redeem NFT. So you enter your email, and then you receive a code with a discount code to go to the shop and get
it's going to be huge.
merch for free.
Yep.
But
hats. Shirts,
this is the thing.
Yeah.
You know, that's also nice about the Proton using the stable coin is that it's easier to do something like this. The problem that I've always encountered with Wax is getting it back out. Is moving it around. It's always hard to get it in. It's hard to get it back out, and that creates a barrier.
And all pricing items. For example, if you have a T-shirt and the T-shirt is $20, great,
exactly.
it's 20 USDC.
Yep.
Great. It's not today. It's
exactly.
going to be
right.
Bucks.
Totally.
Tomorrow it's going to be 130, but the day after 170.
Exactly.
So it's very difficult to.
It's also for businesses because I try to onboard businesses as well to blockchain stuff, and the first question is that they don't like the volatility. Obviously, they're like, I don't want to, like you just said, I don't want to sell a customer a $20 shirt and then I lose money the next day, and I'm basically losing sending the shirt out. So I get that, and so that's what makes it nice about this.
Juan, do you have more say on Proton than you would on Wax? I had to ask the question. So see the way you kind of have to behave between Atomic Hub's rules. With Proton, are you a bit more loose with the controls you have?
More flexible?
Well, I think that on Proton right now, we feel more freedom to do things. And
that's what I mean. So you have more freedom on Proton. So you can...
Yes, that's exactly the point. And it helped me also, being on Proton helps me realize how dumb we were.
PC, turn your train off, will you?
That's me, sorry. It's mine, dude. I'm sorry.
Okay, so I was saying that I realized that I'm very dumb trying to become a better Atomic Hub, and no, that's not the way to do it. It's
no, I don't mean like that. I mean,
we don't have to go that way.
No, of course not. You want to be Neftyblocks. You want to be the standout.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you are you're breaking the rules. You're going to become more like. You're going to be like an open sea without having the crap on it.
Yeah.
That's what I don't mean. I'm not going to stereotypical say Neftyblocks is going the open sea way, but I'm saying that you're going to have more blockchain availability on it. You're not going to be tied to as much rules as you were on Wax. Proton's going to be your will this become your baby as such?
Well,
it's going to be.
I don't know. To be honest, it's very difficult to say because we don't want to have a favorite blockchain. I think that we can add value on multiple blockchains, and that's okay.
But Proton, you will have more freedom.
Yes, in Proton we will definitely have more freedom, and we are also going to another blockchain in the upcoming weeks. And
what's the name of that?
And that's a new coin, right? That's
a new coin. It's a new blockchain. It hasn't released yet, and we will also be there. with.
Can you drop us so when we can get it really cheap so we can make so we can do a TC on it?
Exactly.
Put our bags up.
What how do you spell new coin? Is it NU coin or is it new like NEW coin?
Let me. It's.
Oh, it's actually called new coin. I thought you said there's a new coin coming.
No, it's actually called new coin. Like that's the actual blockchain.
It's new like brand.
That's fucking confusing. That is.
If you go to newcoin.org, you will be able to read about that. Let me copy the link here.
I'll pop it in the so people
in
can
the
check
private
it out.
chat.
Yes, that'd be great. Is it Kraken? Is
that
the Let's see.
What?
No, go and buying all these coins up, you.
Oh, sorry, it's already been done.
Yeah, I would well believe it. And what will the new coin be based on?
It's another EOS.io blockchain. So that's the nice thing with EOS.io blockchains. We can easily port our platform without a big effort to these other chains.
It's very cool. And it's the NCO, so and it has a DAO as well. NCO. That's the tag you're looking for in the exchanges. And now, does that trade over on what exchanges can we get NCO? Where is that located?
To be honest, I don't know. I think it hasn't been launched on exchanges yet, but it will be listed when the blockchain launches.
Gotcha. Why did you choose these guys as well? I'm curious to know what was your motivation.
We didn't chose to go there. They approached us and they said, "Guys, we need this kind of tools, and are you willing to adapt what you have for our blockchain?" And we said, "Of course, we'll be there with you guys."
This is great,
Perfect.
man.
Smart.
So it's
very nice. You really are expanding. You really are going big.
Yeah.
What I was saying is, go big or go home.
That's right, man.
Yeah, something like that.
You guys are doing great stuff, Juan. I mean, I've been a fan of you guys since the very start. I was one of the first guys on your whole platform. I was like, this is amazing. And after using blocks for so long, and then he's like, oh, here, you can just make a drop like this. And I was just like, what? Like, that's insane. And then packs and blends. And then now you guys are getting to a whole nother realm of stuff of actually making it blockchain agnostic correctly. You know, like that's.
Can I ask you a question? How many NFTs have you minted on Neftyblocks? Not you, TC. Not you, M.O.R.B.S. But how many NFTs have been minted on Neftyblocks so far? Come on, you have to have a rough figure.
The last figure I have is from December, and December was 3.5 million. But I don't have an updated figure right now.
Yeah. Let's just say 1 billion NFTs. He's minted a billion.
I mean, I'm interested to see. I would say, I would well believe it's higher than Atomic Hub have done in the last 6 months. I think more people are active on Nefty than they are on Atomic.
For drops,
real people.
Drops, there are some more people active on Neftyblocks than on Atomic Hub. For secondary market,
it's more Atomic.
Real people. I don't know on Atomic how many of those are real, how many are bots. That's very difficult to tell, but I guess.
Are you trying to say there's bots on Wax? How dare you? I said that with a straight face. Look at that, lads.
I think that people has a really bad misconception about bots, because for me, bots are a necessary evil. I know that it's very frustrating to have bots that are outbidding you and that are getting the NFTs before you. But just think about all the world of crypto. Go to any exchange. The exchanges work because of bots. Liquidity works because there are bots. And if we
I don't mind bots. When they start pipping an NFT for me, that's when I get annoyed. So bots are brilliant, but when they start competing in my stuff, that's when they annoy me.
But I think the problem is that we haven't started creating bots and selling access to everybody. Hey man, here's the bot. You can also use it. Everybody can use it, because otherwise you are competing in unfair conditions. But if everybody is able to use these bots,
Use
the
bot,
only
yeah.
thing is that we will have way more liquidity, way more trading
But
going
the
on.
problem, I think the problem with bots though is on the play to earn games is they can ruin a play to earn game where someone's using 6 bots and you're just one person going click, 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 where they're just automatic.
Yeah, but that's
there has to be a fair balance.
Is that the problem there is that those are not play to earn games; those are click to earn games.
Oh,
If
you can't
you
say that
have
about
a
wax.
real game, then well, if you have a bot that's smart enough to beat the players, great.
Sure.
But that
Sure.
will be more difficult.
Oh, those bots. Those
Yeah.
bots and those clicker gangs, man. I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
Even bot.
Speaking of clicker games, I got to ask this because this has just been driving me nuts for weeks. What's going on with Mining Network? I don't know if you have any info on this or anything, but this is a game that's been moving and the numbers are high and people are in it. And it's just there's no information on like what's going on. So I'm curious.
He's a Satoshi of wax.
He is. And I'm just curious to know, like, do you have any information that you could share?
Probably not.
Or a house address.
I don't have a lot of information, but I can tell you that the guy went through the KYC process with us, so we know who he is. But
Right.
yeah, I'm not going to reveal anything.
No,
Sure, no, we're not asking that.
That
No,
would
we're not asking
DM
that. I'm
us.
just
Okay, just DM us.
you know, there's like these, you know, delisting, whitelisting, but there's no explanation on why, and it's just kind of like this left open kind of thing. And at the same time, we're seeing the coin going.
There is?
Okay.
Yeah,
There is a story. No, there is a story behind it. Allegedly,
and it has to do with
PC, you explain.
Yeah, they by accidentally made. I think they said Wax was a partner.
Oh,
With somebody a partner.
I remember that. Okay, yeah.
And I think they probably just put that up because they were on Wax, so they just
That's what I've heard. That's the story I've heard. Is the fact that
Gotcha.
It's just a message.
Well, I don't like what Wax did. I don't like what the Wax are doing now with the delisting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then they got blacklisted again.
Yep.
But they were whitelisted a few minutes.
Oh, they were. Okay.
Because it was a mistake. So
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Okay. Just wondering. I'm just curious.
Yeah, but so far, well, it's okay, and you know, this is very difficult because it just like you said, there's not a lot of information about the game,
right?
But it's the top trading coin on Alcor. It's the number one collection.
You can't ignore it. You know, like how can I ignore it? It's like 8 wax. I'm like, that's insane. Like, what's going on here? You know. So anyway, so I was just curious. But anyway, back to Neftyblocks. Get out of that whole thing. But so for Proton, now what else are you going to add there? Are you going to be adding packs and blends? Are you going to bring those tools to that?
Yes, we are going to bring everything. All of what we have on Wax will be ported to Proton little by little. Awesome. We just want to have the chance to review everything before releasing it. We want to make improvements before releasing and then porting back the improvements.
Gotcha. And how are you? Have you guys started approaching the Proton community already? Have you been kind of involving yourselves already with them?
Yes, we have been approaching them little by little. As I said, it's a smaller community, but we are in touch with many creators over there. And something that I find amazing is that we are in touch with the Proton team, which is something
great.
I'm
awesome.
very sad to say that we are not in touch with the Wax team. I think that I don't know if it's that we ignore them or they ignore us. I don't know in which way it works. We are not in touch with the Wax team. We have never had a chat with them.
Oh wow!
Really?
But with the Proton team, we are in touch since from the beginning right now.
Yeah.
And we will be doing a Twitter Spaces together next week.
Oh, that's great.
And they will be helping us with some promotion. So I think it's very nice.
Yeah, man. And also, if you know collections that are starting to pop up, I mean, tell them to head over there. I would like to, highlight some Proton collections as well. To start kind of pumping this up a little bit because it's kind of.
Are you going to do any tutorials on all this?
Well, I just kind of did one while we were here a little bit. But,
I know.
But I will. Actually, I'll probably put up a tutorial this weekend. I just, now I'm back in town, and I can kind of do stuff. I'll probably do that. I want to do your pre-minted packs as well, and the super blends as well, because you guys have been nonstop changing stuff.
Yeah, and with the blends, we have a redesign for the user interface, something that it's a little bit friendlier, but we still have to test it and see if it's the the right we are on the right path or not. But yeah.
Do you have one question? I know that Crackers had asked before. Is there a way that we could possibly in the future create packs from multiple collections, like where we all sign off on it or something into a pack? Is there a way to do that?
Right now you can do it. Well, you cannot do it. We can do it. If one of the collections is staking level 3, you just have to contact us and we will do it for you.
Got it. Okay.
We can configure it. Well, we will
Chris dropped the ball on that.
Crackers, so funny, man. We'll get him next time. Yeah, because we'd love to do that. Because when we do these Wax Attacks events, we'd like to make it so that when someone walks in, they could buy one pack and has everyone's piece already in it, and that way it's just an easier purchase, so they don't have to go to each one, But
we have to rethink how to do that, because in the end, it's not scalable if we have to do everything for
exactly. I was wondering, how you have your splits. Like somehow, is there a way to send a notification to each of the collections to sign off on? Like basically, they get a notification, they click and then sign off on it.
Yeah, that's something that could be done, but that you mentioned now, the notifications, I think that's a very needed feature that we should create, and we haven't spent enough time.
Would not be better as a smart contract?
I think that has to be done outside of the smart contract.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like auctions too. Now, is there a way to do notifications on auctions? So that way every time a bid comes in, it notifies everyone that's bid and the owner, possibly.
Yes, that's something we have to create. We thought about that since the beginning, since we started with auctions, but we need to spend more time on that if we really want to make it good. But yeah, I think at some point we will work on notifications.
Yeah, it's a time thing. I'm sure you've got so much things you got to do. There is no time.
Well,
right.
And the thing is that we have a very small team, and we are very ambitious, wanting to do more and more things. So yeah.
Right. Now, how many people are on the team now? One total for you guys?
We were, I think, 15 more or less, 15 or 16. But we were that at the peak. Now we are a little bit less because we have 3 people that are no longer part of the team. But yeah, we are still 12 or something like that.
Wow! You guys are doing a ton of work for 12 people. That is insane. It's amazing what you guys have done. Yeah, and you guys are just keep on moving. I like that you guys are also going back to the dark theme. You kind of switched it to the dark theme as a kind of a default. I like that as well.
Yeah, because everybody preferred the dark theme. So
It's so great, man. It's so great. And so, like with the Proton Network, what else do you have in the works? What do you have planned for the future? Where would you like this to go for you guys?
Well, Proton is one thing, and moving everything to Proton. We are also working on something that are non-Proton.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
Non-Newcoin and non-EOS.io. We are developing also right now for Polygon.
Hold on.
Yes. We did a lot of experimentation.
Let me write this down.
Polygon Solana, people, there might be a change coming.
Because we experimented with Solana, but Solana, we think it's a little bit programming there. It's not very straightforward. But what we really don't like is that it's not reliable.
It has had some drops. Yes, we know that.
So we are experimenting a lot with Polygon, and I think that we will come with a very nice solution there. Initially for something similar to drops, but completely different because it's a different mindset, a different way of doing NFTs over there. But we are experimenting with that at the moment.
And with that, would they need a MetaMask? Would you have to have a MetaMask type wallet? Okay.
Yeah, there it will be with a MetaMask. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and we are also working with a third party that provides custodial wallets for the EVM.
Oh, so, very nice.
So we want to have something that it's basically like going to Wax and going something where you can onboard people to to the blockchain without them having to manage their private key and public key and all of that.
Sure. Now, this question came up: does Proton actually charge $20 per action? I don't think so, because my transactions has been very cheap, like much less than a penny. So I don't know where you're seeing the $20 charge from. Yeah, I'm not sure where you're seeing that. But it's very cheap. Proton's actually probably cheaper than Wax, to be quite honest with you.
Yes, at the moment I think it's cheaper than Wax. It's a transaction fees on Proton are
probably getting ETH and Proton mixed up.
Maybe, maybe. I mean, because for bank, are you saying for bank transactions? Usually any bank transaction is going to charge you $20-$25 usually, at least, whether you're going from Coinbase or any exchange.
Any exchange will charge you that, and so that's basically the standard fee for the industry. So but that's only when you go from one chain to the other. But internally, transactions are basically free.
Yeah, it's very simple. Once you get your wallet with some XPR or some USDC, I mean, it's so easy to swap out into any of the other coins. It takes 2 seconds, and like I said, if you watched earlier on the cast, you saw it just comes in a little mobile app, and you hit authorize. I use the web.auth. I should probably put that link in here too. Let me find the link to that. But that's the wallet I use. You can use what else? Anchor. It's called a web.auth, AUTH. And it's a really weird name for a wallet, but it's in your iOS or your Android shops. You can just go ahead and download it, and it works great. It takes 2 seconds to set up, and it sets you up KYC and the whole thing. You're ready to go. And it was very easy to set up. And that's how you kind of use it, which I kind of liked. I was talking about the security part of it. You know, the thing that's been kind of really bad recently is the security of like MetaMask and wallets in general. There's people there getting their stuff hacked. They're hitting links. Guys, be careful with links that are sent to you. Be really careful with that stuff. But this kind of adds a nice layer of security because it sends a transaction to my mobile app. The mobile app has to face check me. So it's like, obviously, that's going to be a hard thing to hack. So it makes me feel a little bit safer as well with those transactions. Because I've been wanting that from Wax for a while as a mobile app that's not just in your browser constantly, you know, and I think it would be nice if they eventually added that mobile. I know that they have that in the plans, but it'd be nice if they had that where you can kind of have more of a mobile experience. But that's what it is.
But I think that Wax will keep on innovating and adding stuff like that.
I think so. Yeah, and you can even deposit ETH. That's correct. Broken Dolls makes a very good point. You can do a lot of stuff in there. I mean, it's a great. It's great. It's great. Yeah, and I love. I'm curious, what are the advantages? Okay, so he's showed up late, and I love Neftyblocks, but I'm curious, what are the advantages of Proton over Wax?
Well, I would say that the ease of use, the ease to onboard new users, I think that's amazing. If you already have a community, or if you want to grow your community, it's way easier to get them to Proton. The web.auth wallet, it's amazing. It makes things very, very easy, and you don't have to buy a token that it's not listed everywhere. You can buy USDC or USDT and transfer directly to your wallet, and it's as easy as that. And you have the same almost inexistent transaction fees, and it's the same resources schema. So I think it's very, very nice. It is. Of course, I think that every blockchain has its purpose. I think that for gaming, Wax will continue to be an amazing chain. But for other types of NFTs, maybe Proton will be better. So it's I think it's only opening the options for everybody, both for creators and for collectors.
Yeah, and it's not stopping someone doing a drop on Wax and Proton at the same time. So where they drop the same NFT on both chains, would that be frowned upon, or I'm just asking your opinion. So if I wanted to say, as Nifty dropped one there, right, that one of one on Proton, could he drop that on Wax at the same time, and would there be any issues with that, or would you frown upon?
As a user, I would have an issue with that.
Yeah.
I just want to see the feedback would be. Would someone have an issue?
Unless you burned it on the Wax and put it on the Proton. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, but I was saying if you created a drop and did it on one on one each.
Yeah.
So there's only one on Proton, one on Wax. No? Okay.
I would
Yeah.
buy it.
You know that, but I think that could work if you have different set of NFTs like belonging to the same collection and then being able to bridge them from one side to the other. I think that could work.
I would do
be,
I would do odds and evens. So put the evens on Wax and the odds on Proton. There, done.
I love it. That's awesome. That or put a frame around it, or change the color somewhere, or do a little manipulation to the art. You know, do something like that. But that's definitely okay. I put the Web.auth wallet link in the YouTube chat, guys, for people that are watching. You guys can go click on that and sign up. The Anchor wallet, now that is going to port over probably the easiest for people, I'm assuming, because most people have an Anchor wallet, correct?
Yes, and that's very easy. When you go to Proton, you have three options. You have the WebAuth, you have mobile WebAuth.
Yeah.
They have a web version of that.
Sure.
And you have desktop. If you choose desktop, you can authenticate with your Anchor wallet
from there. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah, it's great. And then also, you know, there's so many apps and stuff that are also on there. You know, like when I was checking out Proton, what I really like too is that they have some stuff that they've been building. Let me pop this on the screen so you can see it too. So they have a coin called Loan. So they're doing some kind of loan thing. They got the swap. They have a market of themselves, which was before until Nefty showed up. Now Nefty's going to obviously take over the whole thing, but it's okay because we love Nefty. It has resources for developers. It has a Proton scan. So this is like your Blocks.io kind of thing. This is your Proton scan. So you see all your transactions. I'm going to put this link for you guys to go check out all the apps.
I think the guys from Metal who were basically part of Proton, they are the creators of Blocks.
Yeah. Oh, well, oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think they are.
And they have free OS. They have some e-commerce stuff. This is another thing I was looking at too. StoreX. So in the real, you know, viral world, I don't know if we're allowed to say that because I know that it's Wax's word, but in real life, virtual NFTs kind of stuff. So they're building it so that you're going to be able to use your WebAuth wallet right here on a store, so you could buy merchandise, that kind of stuff. This is kind of where I think things are going with NFTs. And with that,
God, really?
Yeah, and then with your stable coin, like I said, you're not going to have to worry as a business owner losing money, and as a buyer, you're not losing money either. You know, you kind of have a little bit of a safety net there, so it's kind of cool. And then you can see some really great projects that are already on Proton as well to kind of give you an idea of what people have been, you know, kind of doing over here. It's great. It's a great ad. I think that's a great move for you guys, you know, and I love that you're still prominent in Wax, and I think you'll still stay prominent in Wax. I think that you guys offer a different thing, you know.
Absolutely, I think that we will not go away from Wax. I think Wax is an amazing blockchain. That us going to Proton has nothing to do with Wax being bad or whatever.
Exactly.
Wax is amazing. Don't get me wrong. It's only giving people another option. That's it.
I agree. Yeah, and I think it'll be great at some point. Is there going to be a bridge, you think, between so we could swap Wax into Proton and back? Do you think that they're going to eventually do that?
Yeah,
I think that might be up to Mr. Quigley.
Nifty will build that.
we want to build a bridge for Nifty. I don't know if if we create it for Nifty, it could be created for Wax. The only thing is that Wax should have some kind of utility on the other side, or there should be a
so you're
Wax.
saying I could swap Wax to Nifty and then Nifty to Proton?
Yes,
sign me up.
That's something
can you have that button right now? Can you have the button
Let's talk to Taco App to make that button happen.
You know, we are in touch with.
Would that not be more down to Alcor?
What?
Would that be not a thing for Alcor to kind of look into? Is the list Proton on there so we could swap directly from one to the other?
Well, Alcor is already on Proton. If you go to Alcor and you check in which blockchains they are present, Proton is one of the chains that where they are working.
We just need the bridge. That's what we're looking for.
Oh my God.
Yeah, if Nefty was a bridge over, that'd be amazing.
It'd be over. It'd be over.
And it'd give Nefty a whole nother utility for that coin, which would be excellent, you know. I think that'd be excellent. That'd be a great move, I think, man.
Amazing.
Because it'd make it easy also to get people onboarded onto the Proton stuff that way as well. You know,
just think about it. If you could go from wax Nifty to Proton, and then you can go to your stable coin if you need to.
Yep.
And then out.
Yep. Exactly.
That's everybody's dream.
Yep. Yeah, that's an easy move right there. Yeah, I think TC, when you see that web off wallet, you're gonna like it. You're gonna be like, oh, I kind of like this. This is nice.
Okay, I have to download it.
And it's very nice also because it has an NFT viewer, so you can see all of your NFTs directly on your phone on your web auth wallet.
Right, which is crazy. Yeah, it's great. And then now also as far as what was I going to say about like the collection pages and all that kind of stuff. I think
right, lads, I have to shoot here. The kids have to decking herself, so I'm going to have to shoot off, right? Well, all right,
guys,
tomorrow,
right? We're almost out of here.
Thanks for having me, John. Well, go on, see you later.
Seeing you, man.
Yeah. Oh, here's a good question. Here, I'll throw this. Will Proton have the same CPU net RAM thing to pay for transactions? How does that work?
Yes, it works exactly in the same way. Resources, you have net, you have RAM, and you have a CPU, just like on Wax. In the end, it's EOS.io, so it's that's how it works.
There'll be CPU rentals probably coming on this platform.
I think
so. I think that right now CPU is cheaper on Proton than it is on Wax. I haven't seen any resources problems at the moment, but when it gains more traction, well, it will depend on how the team handles that.
Yeah, I'm going to put actually a resource link that Broken Dolls had sent to me the other day for people that are looking to get into the Proton thing. I just put it in the YouTube chat. It will give you all the Proton resources that you can buy ahead of time, but you can get your drop resources from Nefty directly right on that collection page. So it's just the CPU stuff, right?
And this link that you shared, exactly this one allows you to add a RAM for the storage.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, and this will explain everything for you guys. So it's really a good thing. I put that link in there. So definitely do that and set it up. And now that I know, set it up probably through Nefty. Don't go away. I did, or else you'll just end up with numbers. you actually get a name on yours, So definitely do that. Go over to Neftyblocks, and it's going to be Proton. Go ahead.
You thought of integrating a kind of a rental service? Not so much a rental service, but this is my idea. You're a new guy. You want to buy an NFT. You don't have enough whatever to, stake. You'll have two buttons on your site. For the normal person that's already in the system, and for someone that's not, you click the one that's not, and you have to pay a little bit of wax, and then your system stakes it for them just for that transaction.
Wow.
You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I fully get you. Yes, and it makes sense. We have discussed that a lot, and we have thought about that not even as a different wallet. Just have some kind of meter that allows you to know how much resources do you have and allows you to stake in a very easy way so that you never run out of resources. So exactly. I think that could be a very nice addition.
And then he wanted to also ask, which I think would be kind of cool, if he made some kind of tool for people to see the easiest, cheapest way to swap coins. I think that's more of a taco app kind of question, but yes, I agree. That'd be kind of great to know what's the cheapest route out. That would actually be the name of the app, cheapest way route out.
Yeah, but I think that's something that Taco will add for sure.
Yeah, I think
the guys from Taco are amazing. They are doing an amazing job.
They are. They are. They brought a lot. I have to get into their games. I haven't done the game stuff yet. I know that they started doing that recently, and I got to check out what they're doing. It's really great. And so, now with Proton Network, are there games on Proton? I haven't really delved into that side of it at all.
I think there is a nice 3D game under development. It's not finished yet, but they have some games working on Proton. I guess they will release at some point this year.
Isn't Uplift thinking also?
What was that?
Uplift, we had a plan of doing something together with Proton because Uplift is also very aggressive now, going to different chains and doing very crazy stuff. We might do something together with them on Proton.
That'd be great. Wow, that'd be great. Yeah, I'd like to see. I don't want to see too much gameplay on Proton.
No,
but I do
and
like to
that's
see
the thing,
some.
you know, and if I see gameplay there, I think it should be a different kind of games, not
Yeah.
really
Clicker, not clicker games.
well, not only clickers, but I think that, for example, wax, I think it's really for gamers. For
Yeah,
me,
it is.
my idea of
It is.
wax, it should be that what you are trading on wax are in-game items. That's for my idea here. But I think that if you have, for example, a card game or some kind of different type of game, that I would like to see on
Sure.
on Proton. Maybe, I don't know, but that's only personal. I guess it's how I.
You know, I would like to see. I would like to see a card game. I talked to a couple other creators about this a while back because I was like, you know, it'd be nice to see a card game that actually the collections actually get into almost like a DAO game, like where you're putting in your things and then your collection shows up as those NFTs, and then you're playing these NFTs that already exist in the community to build more of a community kind of populist kind of way of moving it, you know. So yeah, I would love to see that. And you can use art in those kind of games, you know, which is a little bit different, you know. Like I love games, don't get me wrong, and I see it the same way you do. I think Wax definitely is focused on games, and that is their forte. They're great at it. That is where they're really good. They're really good at making games and making those moves. But at the same time, if it does feel like, you know, for a while there, you know, that a lot of the artists were just ignored, you know, like it was just, you know, we're secondary thought, you know. And so
yes, and I think that's a mistake because artists are very important here. You know, at some point I was thinking, okay, NFT should have utility,
Yep.
But then I realized, no, there are also some NFTs that should only be art.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of artists that they were not able to make a living out of their art. But with NFTs, they have that possibility. And maybe they cannot make a living, but they can at least make a very decent income, additional income to what they normally do. So I think there's a place for everything. There's a place for games, a place for art, a place for NFTs with a different utility. So
yeah, and I think, you know, like I said, using a stable coin as well with this new network is that you open a lot of possibilities up to business, which didn't really exist before because of the volatility. You know, now you could approach real world businesses and explain to them that they're not going to lose their money. You know, like it's an easier way to explain to them, like, oh yeah, if you got an order, let's say, you could within 24, 48 hours have that money in hand to pay for the order to get it done.
Absolutely. And that's exactly one of the reasons why we went to Proton. We said, here we can do a lot of more things. You know, I have to say that even under the current conditions, I'm a DeFi big fan.
Yes.
And I think that mixing NFTs and DeFi would be amazing.
Yes.
And that's something you can do on a chain where you have stable coins, where you have a protocol like Loan, where you can get tokens. So I think that it opens a lot of possibilities being there.
It does. Yeah, I'm curious. And then, you know, what's also nice too is that there's always a lot of innovation when something's new. Like when there's a wide open space, because it's a wide open space, there's more innovation. People are trying to think outside the box because we're like, here are the tools. What can you do with that? You know, and I like that. And so it's nice to feel that feeling again, because it's kind of, you know, not to say that things got stagnant, but things got comfortable, I think, a little bit too comfortable, you know, and it's nice to see things not being comfortable again. Like, it's like, okay, let's think out of the box again. Let's keep moving. And that's what I've always liked about you guys.
Yeah, and you know, this is also very nice about going to Proton, because we feel that the community is very excited. We feel that it's a little bit like 1 year ago when we went to Wax, people were very excited. Now we feel the same on Proton. It's very nice. So that opens new possibilities, new ideas, everything.
That's awesome. That's great. Well, Juan, I appreciate you coming on and talking to us about this. And when you come up with new coin, come back on. We'll make a special show for you too, so we can show off new coin and what you're doing there as well. Because I want to keep up with all this, because this is, to me, we're, you know, probably in a year from now, 2 years from now, this will all just be agnostic. You're going to have bridges to go through to different networks and trade NFTs. It's going to be a whole different thing. So I think a lot of the maxi stuff is going to be kind of a fad that's passing, you know, like where it's like, you know, I think it'll be a time in NFT space that we will remember fondly, but it was, it will not happen again. I think it's going to go more agnostic. So it's great. It's great.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Awesome.
Can't wait.
That's awesome. Real quick, guys, I'm just going to do a quick giveaway for the people that were in here. We're going to give away 250 MORBS tokens to whoever gets this. Let's see who gets it. And it is me. Yes. Let me do that one more time. One more time. This happens every week. We do this every week. Not one week have we had it not choose either TC, Crackers, or me. It always does it. It's fixed. It's totally fixed. There you go, Humble. There you go, Humble. You got 250 MORBS tokens coming your way. So there you go, man. There you go. And Juan, again, thank you so much for spending some time with us and explaining what's going on over there. Really excited. I'm really happy for you guys. I can't wait to see where this all goes with this. A year from now, you guys are going to have some big building in New York City. You guys will have the billboard in NYC next year. It'll be all next.
I hope so. I hope so.
I hope so too. Crossing fingers, man. Crossing fingers. So come back sometime soon. Okay, Juan, thank you so much. And TC, thank you for sticking in. And I will see you guys. We have a show tomorrow, guys, at 4:20 normal time. Come check it out. We have Neon Space, Mind the Future, Wax DAO, which is another cool thing that's happening. And who was the other one? I can't remember the other one. I'm so sorry. I'm bad. Let me check my thing. I'm so bad. So bad.
I know it's a great lineup.
It is a really great lineup. Oh, Realm NFT.
Yeah.
Which you play that, right? Right, TC? You play Realm.
Yeah.
Oh. I have backing vocals. Anyway. All right, we're out. Thank you so much, Juan.
Cool.
We're out. Thank you so much. See you guys.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Later.
Thank you for having me.
You got it.